Some books don't simply tell a story. They invite us to pause, to breathe more deeply, and to ask ourselves questions we'd rather leave for tomorrow. The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch is one of those rare books. It's slender, conversational, often humorous, and yet it carries the quiet weight of a man trying to bottle wisdom he won't have years to share in person. What makes it so compelling is not that it's written by someone dying of pancreatic cancer, but that it's written by someone so fully alive, whose love for life and learning radiates off every page. At its core, The Last Lecture isn't about dying. It's about living, about what we choose to do with our time, how we hold on to childlike wonder, and why it matters to keep dreaming, even when reality seems to have other plans. Pausch, a computer science professor at Carnegie Mellon and a pioneer in virtual reality, was invited to give a last lecture, part of a university tradition where professors imagine they're giving their final talk. For Randy, the invitation coincided with a very real countdown. Terminal cancer with months, not years, left. Instead of retreating, he leaned forward, treating this moment not as a eulogy but as a gift. A chance to speak directly to his students, his colleagues, and most poignantly to his 3 young children who would soon grow up without him. Reading the book, which was co-written with journalist Jeffrey Zaslow, feels like sitting in on a deeply personal, slightly rambling conversation that is, paradoxically, all the richer for its tangents. It's easy to imagine Pausch pacing the living room, talking animatedly, hands waving, pausing to chuckle at his own jokes, or stopping mid-sentence as he remembers an important lesson he absolutely must include. One of the central threads of the book is childhood dreams, not just having them but chasing them, honoring them, and when possible helping others do the same. Pausch's own list of childhood dreams is wonderfully eclectic. Experiencing zero gravity, playing in the NFL, authoring an article in the World Book Encyclopedia, becoming a Disney Imaginer, and winning stuffed animals at amusement parks. Some of these he achieved exactly as hoped, others not at all, and some in beautifully unexpected ways. Take zero gravity. Pausch never became an astronaut, but he found a loophole, persuading NASA to let his students and himself ride on the infamous Vomit Comet, the airplane that simulates weightlessness. As for playing in the NFL, that dream never materialized, but through playing football as a boy he learned discipline, teamwork, and what it meant to push himself harder than he thought possible. Experience, he writes, is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. It's a line that lingers, a gentle reframing of disappointment into growth. The dream of becoming a Disney Imaginer seemed out of reach too. Yet years later, as a professor, he collaborated with Disney on virtual reality projects, eventually spending a sabbatical there and contributing to real attractions. Pausch never downplays the setbacks or the stubbornness it took to keep knocking on doors that didn't swing open the first time. Instead, he offers his life as proof that the process of striving, adapting, and reframing is where meaning often lives. What's quietly profound is how Pausch keeps these dreams alive alongside an unflinching acceptance of reality. He doesn't slip into denial. He acknowledges the pain, the fear, the grief of leaving his family behind. But he chooses again and again to keep his focus on what he can still give. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, he writes, just how we play the hand. It's not about ignoring pain. It's about refusing to let it define the story. Scattered throughout the book are bits of advice that, in lesser hands, might sound like cliches. But from Pausch they land differently because they come wrapped in self-awareness and lived experience. Don't complain. Just work harder. Brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. Be earnest. Each idea is paired with a story, often self-deprecating, that brings it to life. Consider his reflection on brick walls. At first they look like obstacles, but to Pausch they're filters, tests of commitment. If you really care, you'll keep trying, find a new angle, or rally allies to your side. And if you don't, then maybe it wasn't the right dream after all. This isn't the shallow, hustle at all costs mantra we see